It's just maybe, well, first, would you like this to be just for personal use or do you mind us sharing it?
Oh, you can share it
Yay.
for sure. Yeah,
Thank
why not?
you. And what is your name, where you're from, and what brought you to the medicine?
My name's Clayton. I'm from Slidell, Louisiana, and um, I have some. I think the reason why I decided to come is just to a good cleanse. Like just trying to get back on track and do some rewiring and yeah, just really get on the right track and get back to that spiritual side and reconnect to myself.
Yay. And how do you feel about your experience this weekend?
It was it was powerful and it was much different than what I'm used to, and it was but like equally like as powerful as past experiences too. Um, Lots of puking, lots of puking, and yeah, and then the combo was a good start too, and that made me feel like it made me feel better. It kind of made me feel like I was ready for that first night, and but yeah, it was pretty good.
What would you say your biggest takeaway from the weekend is?
Mm. The first night when I was puking in my bucket, um, I was like feeling miserable. It was like really miserable, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm never gonna feel better." And then the second, like I started thinking like that, I'm not gonna get better. I started feeling worse, and then when I started like thinking I was gonna feel better, I started feeling better. And then like I could kind of like visually see it, like it was like a gold line. And it's like when you have hope and that feeling of hope, that emotion, it's like you're connecting to something else, and it gives you some kind of like power, I guess. It was very interesting. I was like, man, I need to like remember that, you know. Um, and the second or last night, the second night, um, like I threw up within like 15 minutes, and then it hit me hard, like really hard. I was like trying to keep my shit together, and um, started getting some really interesting visions, and yeah, like I was seeing like these beings, like it was like there was like four of them, as if they were like lined up together, um, but they were like so they're stationary, and they almost look like a hedge, like there was like a hedge, but it was like alive, and they were divided into like fourths, and like they were kind of like they had like tendrils and stuff coming out of them, and I was just like what in the world? And then there was like a feminine energy or spirit that was kind of like in charge of them. you know I don't know. It was I wasn't sure what to think of that. It was really, I never seen anything like that, so that was pretty cool to see it. um but tons of thought loops this whole weekend, tons of them. um so I think some rewiring has definitely occurred, and um bringing awareness to certain thoughts and how I'm like hard on myself, um, going into like yeah, it's like negative patterns, and yeah, being aware of it. That's like the key. I think a lot of that. Yeah.
It's beautiful.